What up, guys? M.A. checking in. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at M.A_the artist and at War Games ABG. And I just finished watching Spider-Man and Far From Home. I think that's the right, little sub name or whatever like that. And I give it a B plus. The acting was phenomenal. I like if you haven't seen it, you should have seen it by now. I mean, I'm a little behind watching it. I was really impressed by that, really the acting. I mean, but Marvel really does really good with picking great actors for their movies. Well, Marvel and Disney. And I like the most of how I think that's Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that's who he is. But Mysterio. I'm terrible at main actors' names, but he had did an amazing job, and I like how they played in the trailers and the commercials that like he was a good guy. He played like being a good guy, and in the beginning of the movie, and eventually, Spider-Man finds out that he's the bad guy, and of course, he has to fight it. And I knew from the get-go, I'm like, I've been reading Spider-Man comic books, or at least knowing about it, TV show and all that stuff for since I was little. I'm like, when has Mysterio been a good guy? And then talking about he's from a different Earth and splitting off in the multiverse and all that. I was like, oh, hold up, something ain't right. And I thought they was trying to when they were talking about the multiverse, I was starting to think they were trying to reference kind of like Logan a little bit, like how the Logan story would and all the Hawks came and took the mutant Hawks and all of that. That's what I thought they were going with it. Of course, I was wrong. And it comes out that he's just a regular guy from Earth that used to work for Stark and got fired, and he's salty about being fired. So that was a funny little thing. I feel like they did kind of make him a little too realistic, though. I mean, which I guess was fine. They're trying to take the more realistic approach. I don't really have a problem with it, but it was kind of too real using like the. Sorry, I'm tired. It's late. It's like midnight. He was like using drones um, what's the word I'm looking for? To make like the alternate realities and all that stuff that Mysterio usually do. If you ever watched the Spider-Man TV show or even read it or stuff like that, um, they definitely talked about the elementals a lot in that. So that's gonna be. I wonder how they're gonna play that, because it's clearly that they're there, but not. Um, they had I can't really know how to explain that either. It was really the movie had like really a lot going on that was like would catch you off guard every time, and that was what I think I appreciated the most about it. Um, what else? I mean, it was a really good movie. It's like it's so much to unpack. It's like, wow, it's a lot. The one thing I kind of do wish like Mary Jane and Peter Parker were maybe like seniors or just a tad bit older. Cause it's kind of, at least for me anyway, it's kind of hard to relate because I'm grown now, so it's kind of, it's a little different trying to understand like their dynamic being high schoolers and having this weird, awkward relationship. It'll be a little bit easier. I thought the first, like with Tobey Maguire, I thought it was like but I can understand it because they was adults, and then how they had a like an adult relationship, they started off in high school. I just kind of wish they would have been like just a tad bit older, man. Like the first ever Spider-Man, they should have been like their junior year, and this should have been like their senior year, possibly going to college. I think I would have liked that anyways, but I'm not writing it. And, of course, that's just to build him up anyways, because eventually he's going to become an adult. And I know we got at least another decade of Marvel stuff on the way. So that kind of works in terms of that. Um at the end, Mysterio loses. Um and he well not Spider-Man. Spider-Man thinks it's all over when he goes back home, and the ending credit was Mysterio and his team right before he died like made like a little switch up video, and they sent it to the Daily Bugle. And yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm tired. So forgive me if I'm messing up stuff. Sent it to the Daily Bugle, and they like put it out to like this CNN. Actually, I think it might have been CNN for real. And they put it out there like Spider-Man killed him and he was a bad guy, put his real name out, and then it just cut. So I'm like, whatever they got coming up next is about to be bananas. And then at the end, Nick Fury ended up being the scroll from Captain Marvel. I forgot his name. The one that was like friends with Captain Marvel. And he was like calling Nick Fury to say how he like messed up, and Nick Fury is on like this just I guess this space cruiser with a bunch of scrolls. So that I am really looking forward to whatever they doing with that. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to not have Fantastic Four and then bring the Super Scrolls into that. I don't know how they gonna do it, because maybe Fantastic Four is still like owned by, I don't, was it Sony, I think, or one of them. I think Sony owns it maybe, and they may have like did like they did with Spider-Man. They kind of like, Sony was like, all right, you can have it, and they may like, or they do like they do Hulk and just bring them in with everything with every other movie but not give them their own movie. I can see that too. If that was the case, that'd be really dope. But it's definitely needed. um I gotta check to see. Now I know they put the list out for all the movies coming on the way, but I don't remember what's the next one. I think it better be. Sure, I think about it be Black Panther next. Don't quote me on that, but I'm gonna definitely check and see. So, go see the movie if you haven't seen it. This video is a little late and a little delayed, but that is okay. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at M.A_the artist and at War Games ABG. I'll see y'all beautiful people later. Thank you.